Hey guys, how are you doing? I'm so glad that you're with me today. This is an opportunity again to talk to you on my new YouTube channel. This is I Talk with Dr. Sheena. Yes. So first and foremost, I want to tell you about my products. I got these earrings here. I really like. This is a very nice pattern. And if you like these earrings, you can certainly reach out to me, drop some comments. Remember, you must subscribe, or I need you to subscribe, okay? And tell your friends about what's going on here on this YouTube channel. So I have these earrings here. I also have this top. Okay, some people call it a blouse, some people a top, t-shirt, or whatever you want to call it. Well, it's a little bit heavier than a t-shirt, but yeah, if you like these colors, they have two pockets on the front of them. I also sell these as well, and so if you want something like this, my earrings, my bracelets that I have, I made this bracelet right here. You can certainly buy this bracelet. I didn't make it, but it's certainly for sale on my website. And so I can tell you more about that. Subscribe and drop the comments down there, and let's talk about it so you can get these things. All right, so here we go. In my last video, I talked about why I'm doing what I'm doing, and basically it's because it's something that I want to do, and I have a little bit of time to do it, and I'm doing it. Okay, that's just it. Okay, and I'm trying to perfect it. And as I am learning, I know that there are some people out there that are trying to learn how to do the same thing in terms of being a YouTuber and a vlogger, and or both, or what have you. I seem to think that both of the words are interchangeable, but there are some people say that they're not, that they are two different types of people. I don't know. To me, vlogging is telling a story. That's what it's all about. You coming onto the YouTube channel and videoing your story about what it is that you want other people to know about. And that's either inside, outside, in an adventure, on a boat ride, cooking a recipe, putting on eyelashes or makeup, whatever it is, but it's an opportunity to vlog with people or video with people about something that you want them to know about. Okay, step by step. It's a way of allowing people to come into your life to see some things that you are doing that are probably of interest to them. That's what it's all about to me. Okay, and that's my opinion. Like I always say, everything that I say to you is my opinion based on my experience. I'm not an expert in YouTubing. I'm an expert in other areas, but definitely not in YouTubing. And so you can take my information and go somewhere else and hear somebody else's information, and so forth and so forth. And in the end, sift the meat from the bones. You know, I tell people that I'll just sift the meat from the bones. Okay, so one thing I want to talk about is how I take my videos. Now, I know my videos are going to get better. They are not the best right now, but they will get better. And on a cheap budget, as I said before, you can use your cell phone to take good videos. You really can. Okay, and so there are a few settings that are in your cell phone that need to be set in order to take good videos. And I would say this on a side note. What I'm about to say to you in terms of the settings, you can leave these settings right where they are in your camera for personal videos, for family videos, particularly during the holidays too. These settings will assure you that you will have some good videos during these holiday seasons, okay? So I'm going to move forward, and that's all I'm going to talk about today is the camera settings, or my recording video settings in my camera, okay? And so remember, as I said earlier, I have the iPhone. I have the iPhone 11 Max Pro. The way they are building these iPhones these days, they are able to take some very good pictures and videos. So that's a plus on our side, which is why I say, if you want to do this, this is okay. Prop your iPhone up on a tripod and get to work. Okay, so in your iPhone, what I would ask you to do while you're talking to me, or you can come back to this video at another time, but what I would like for you to do is, in your iPhone, what you should do is go to your settings. Whether it's an Android or iPhone, just go to settings, like I'm going to settings right now. And in settings, you want to go to your camera setting. Okay, that's very, very important. iPhone or Android, go to settings and then your camera. All right. And the camera that's on your phone, not a camera that you have downloaded, not the settings where in a camera that you have downloaded an app from, or let me make that right. Any app that you've downloaded from the store that's named camera, I'm not talking about that app. I'm talking about the camera that's on your phone, okay? And the settings that are particularly related to your phone. That's where you want to go. All right. So you want to go there and go to camera. And my iPhone 11 Max Pro that I have, the first item that I see here that you may see as well is called formats. So you want to hit formats. You want to make sure that under camera capture that high efficiency is checked. All right, that's very, very important. That will reduce your file size and capture some good pictures and some videos. All right. The next thing, you want to stay in settings, under camera settings, and you should see the word record video. All right. Probably the default on there is probably the 720p HD. You don't want that. All right. That's a little bit too small. What you want is, or the pictures will be kind of grainy, or the videos will be kind of grainy. Choose the 1080p HD at 60 frames per second. All right. Choose that, and not 4K. I know everybody is probably watching TV in 4K and all of that good stuff, but it takes a lot of power to get to 4K. It takes a lot of whatever you need for 4K. It takes a lot. And doing videos in 4K takes up a lot of space on your SD cards, all right? Because most of you, if you're doing cameras or anything, you have SD cards, but even with your phone, it'll take up a lot of space. And you don't want all of your space on your phone to be pulled with a big 4K file. And so if you do 1080p HD at 60 frames per second, you can get you some good video. You really can. I promise you can. And it won't take a long time to upload them or download them or send them to other people. And there'll be some good crisp videos, okay? And it won't take up a lot of space on your phone, okay? So don't do the 4Ks, do the 1080p. And even the experts will stay at 1080p depending on what type of shots that they are doing, rather than going to 4K to in terms of the speed of their shutters and all this kind of stuff. And so 1080p HD at 60 frames per second, for some of the people that I've talked to in the business, that's where they've started, that's where they are. And sure, it's a start. And so why don't you start there? So I'm still in camera settings, and the next place that I want to go to, because everything else should be checked and in the right place, your record your slow mode, That should be at 1080p at 240 frames per second for your slow-mo videos. Okay, and for those of you who don't know what slow-mo videos are, I will demonstrate that on another video, and I'll talk to you about that. I'll talk to you about transition. I'll talk to you about time-lapse. I'll talk to you about slow-mo videos and all that kind of stuff. But today, I'm only talking about the camera settings, okay? So then I'm still in camera settings on the iPhone. And now you want to go down to composition. And on the composition, you will see the word grid. All right. On the grid, you want to highlight that and make sure that that is turned on. Okay. Grid must be turned on. Here's the reason why. When you go to your camera on your phone, when you turn the grid on, you're going to see these boxes everywhere that are lined up. It's almost like tic-tac-toe, so to speak. Well, that middle box, and I can't show it to you on this phone because I haven't quite learned how to show things on the phone, some people do it this way and all this kind of stuff. I haven't quite figured that out yet, and so I apologize for that. But you see this like tic-tac-toes and what have you. That's what you want to see, so that when you are taking your pictures or your videos, you want to make sure that when you're shooting selfies or shooting someone in front of you, you want to make sure that your subject is in the middle, okay? In that middle box as best as you can. And if you can get your subject or most of that subject in that middle box, then you know that you're going to have a great picture in the end, okay? Focus and stability and everything should come with the camera. You just get it in that middle box and that focal point will be right there. And that's kind of like also an opportunity to learn how to just take like still photos, and you're trying to get the right angle. Use your grid as a tool to get the right angle, and just keep everybody in that middle box. That should help. Okay. So, and then for me, it's an optional thing, but I turn on the mirror, the front camera. That's just something that I do that has nothing to do with taking pictures. I just want to know that when I'm looking at my camera and I'm doing a selfie, that if I'm raising my right hand, the camera raises the right hand, and that it mirrors everything that I do, because it just keeps me balanced that way, keeps my mind balanced. How about that? All right, and I think that's it. Everything else should be marked. Prioritize fast shooting should be marked. Smart HDR should be marked as well. Those are the settings that I have in my camera, so that when I take a picture or when I take a video, the video looks good. It really does. It's as close to professional as I can get on a budget. Remember, budget. Okay, and I can take my B-rolls with my camera. I can take my videos with my camera, still shots, whatever you want to do. Not when I say camera, I mean my phone's camera. All right, and I just get some good shots. So that's what I do. You may already have a tripod. If you don't have a tripod, you can just hold your hand out and stick out, or one of those selfie sticks and all this kind of stuff. You probably got all of that stuff in your house right now that you can use with your iPhone, and you can prop that thing up on some books or what have you with the selfie stick. Whatever you need to do, just prop it up, get you some light, and start shooting you some videos about the different topics that you want to talk about. And like I say, those topics can be about anything using your iPhone or Android cell phone. All right, so I hope that helps. That's a part of the tool chest that I have, or the tool kit that I have, which is my iPhone. I use it a lot, And I just hope that if you decide that this is something that you like to do, that you would do the same thing. Now, those are the settings. Now, how you do your videos and what have you, I will make a list of those items as well and do a video on how to shoot the videos. But in terms of the settings, those are the settings that I have on my camera. Now, if there are other settings on your camera, on the phone rather, if there are other settings on the phone that you have as an experienced shooter for videos and pictures with the YouTube channel and vlogging, you can let me know, okay? Because like I say, I am not an expert. By no means. I am not an expert, but I am learning and I am teachable and trainable. So if there's any information that you would like to give to us, subscribe to my channel, drop some comments down there so you can help me and help my viewers. We would really, really appreciate that. So I'm going to leave you with this, as I always leave you with some foundational stuff. I say this often, this is the day that the Lord has made, and we must rejoice and be glad in it. And that is so true. We must rejoice and be glad in it. This is the day. We only have today. Yesterday is yesterday, and you can't go back there. You know, for some reason, of all the technology that we have, we've not been able to twist the world around to go back and revisit what happened on yesterday. And that's very, very critical when you are thinking about your life and your purpose and your passion. You don't get a chance to go backwards. You're always moving forward in this journey. And life is just exactly that. It is a journey. Okay? And for every day that you get, for every day that you are honored by the Lord, for every day that the Lord honors you a new day, He has just said to you, you've done what you need to do back there. This is a new day to do something different, to do something better. Okay? But in that doing something different and better, what's most important is that you marinate in the difference and the better that you're doing every day, okay? You would be doing a disservice to yourself if all of us have goals. But if in your goals, that's the only thing that you're concentrating on and you're working yourself to death to get to that goal, rather than enjoying the journey as you're getting to the goal, okay? I hope you understand what I'm talking about. For some of us, that's just what we do. We work ourselves to the bone. We live these mundane, robotic lives where we're so predictable that we do the same thing every day the same way. All right? And when something like a pandemic comes in and disrupts our lives, it's so mentally a disruption that you really, really fall off balance. And it takes a while for you to get back on balance. And perhaps it's because you've been living this robotic life that you really have not allowed yourself to smell the roses as you are moving through your journey, okay? Or moving through this life on your journey. Today, this day that the Lord has made, and we're going to rejoice and be glad in it, that's actionable. You must rejoice and be glad in it, okay? Be glad that you're in this day and honor this day, all right, by concentrating on part of your day being a part of you, and or part of your day concentrating on you, but also reach out to other people and say hello. I have a hard time with that sometimes. But experience something in this day that makes you happy, all right? And not let it be so robotic. in what it is that you do. Do something today that trips you up, you know? And if you don't do it today, then do it tomorrow. But do something to enjoy the journey as you are trying to accomplish the goals that you have set for yourself. I've always said that I wear a lot of hats, but I don't pick up all of those hats every day at the same time. You know, I haven't worked on my Sheena's Travel business this week. And I will probably work on it next week because we're getting closer to the new year. And my customers that I work with in the travel business, they like to plan their vacations at the top of the year, right before income tax time, so they can pay, for their trips. So I'm not working on Sheena's Travels right now. I am working on Sheena's Creations and my vlogging and my YouTubing. So even though I have different hats, I don't pick them up every day. But when I do pick them up, it's intentional, it's meaningful. And at the end of the day, when I do my self-inventory, then I ask myself, what did I get out of this that was for me? And that's what you should ask yourself at the end of every day that has been granted to you. What did you get out of this day that's for you? That you can, one, feel satisfied about it, or if you don't feel satisfied about it, then it gives you a to-do list of what you're going to do on tomorrow. But particularly so that at the end of the day, you can feel satisfied about it and you can feel some type of accomplishment that is related to the goal that you are trying to accomplish. Now, I've said a lot, but I hope you hear me, okay? And I won't say it over. I really, really hope you hear me. That when I say this is the day that the Lord has made and we must rejoice and be glad in it, it's actionable, okay? And so rejoice and be glad in this day. Be hopeful that today is a good day in spite of everything that you're going through, good, bad, or indifferent. There is something that you can get out of this day that is centered around you and your spirituality and your accomplishments that are moving toward a goal. So I love coming here and talking to you, and I hope you love talking to me, and I look forward to talking to you again. And so in the meantime, you be blessed and highly favored. And thank you for allowing I Talk with Dr. Sheena to come to you today. I'll talk to you again. Goodbye.